Got me, C-Dub. Hey-oo. Yeah.
Games, and so right into it for the Hawks. Going up on January game so far tonight. Gold by 5, Stacey after 3.
This is where you want to finish now. They're playing really, really well. Taking care of the ball here in the second half. They only have 11.
Leva short and a rebound for Kobe White. That would be 13 off his career high of 49. Got 36.
Whew. What's up, everybody? Not that Matt. I'm not going to be able to listen to Wendell. Needs to start over. Gafford much longer.
That's what I walk into? Not even a hello? Come on, not that, Matt. That's what we started it out with?
That is what we're starting with.
All righty. Well, feel how you feel. Ooh.
Goodness gracious.
I swear the whole world. You can't hear it, but I'm playing Sade right now. I got some Sade going in. Can't hear it though, but I got it going. Oh, the Mavericks are in the building.
Jonathan.
What a game. I'm about to switch it. I logged on to the Bears one.
Oh, right, because we did invite you to that one also.
And I clicked on that one. Hold on.
You give me the kiss of life.
Pull this one out.
Kiss of life. You gave me. Oh, Kobe. Oh, my gosh. Nice.
Tyler, what's up? What's up, Lakina? Y'all, Jalen Brunson is awesome.
He's having a heck of a game. Free. YouTube. Or subscribe.
Colin said, do I like Thad finally? You could. He's certainly being used better this year. Denzel Valentine with a traveling on a fast break. Yeah. Unbelievable.
He's actually had a solid game up to that point. I'm being real about that.
I am still laughing at his between the legs pass attempt on the fast break the other day. John, I can't hear you. Dave, can you hear John?
I can't hear him.
Are you muted?
Oh, shit.
Carlos thinks Luka is scared, and that's why he didn't play tonight.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hey!
You now, man.
That explains so much. I was talking so much too, and you guys weren't responding. And I was just like, maybe I'm not saying anything insightful. Which is, my wife, who's a medical worker and worked with COVID patients all day, said that they're not playing him. They don't want to risk their best player going against a COVID team.
Wow.
Because she saw him on the bench with his mask on. She's like, yeah, let him sit over there with his. If he's wearing a mask, he's golden. So that's her theory.
Oh, Gafford. Good Jesus. Oh, I love him.
Good. I am running out of Wendell patience, man.
Join us, Matt.
There's no reason to fight people who like Gafford if you're a winner.
Yeah.
All we're saying is try it.
Right.
What do you have to lose?
I mean, not that Matt said Wendell getting owned by Powell. John, isn't that like the first thing you texted in our text thread tonight?
Dwight
It was like,
Powell
yo,
is so. I probably hate Dwight Powell as much as I hate watching Chris Dunn. Personally,
Wow, that's saying a lot.
I hate watching Dwight Powell. I don't know what he does. I don't know how he starts. I'm sure he's a great guy, but he drives me crazy. And when he blocked Wendell, I was like, "You got blocked by fucking Dwight Powell."
That was sweet. Oh, nice play. Was that Maxi Priest and Kluba?
He's so great. We need, but unbelievable.
and I know he just knocked out that three, but guys, my Kobe point guard experiment patience is also wearing thin.
But this is why it doesn't wear thin for me. Stuff like this. When you can cover it up, when you could just get hot and go insane, it covers up certain things.
Who would be better on this Bulls team? Kobe White or Jalen Brunson?
Who'd be better? What does Brunson start for y'all?
No. Luka
Okay,
starts.
No.
Luka. Okay.
This is a spot start for him because they're shorthanded.
I'd like him off the bench.
But he would start on the Bulls as the point guard.
See,
Probably.
that's the thing.
But I'd start Kobe. I'd still start Kobe over him personally.
Kobe
But I think the argument
Kobe
can
is
be
better than Brunson by like a ton.
Mhm.
For some reason, I think he would be better for us. It's weird. Like you could never do the 1-to-1 trade Kobe to Brunson. That'd be insane.
insane.
But
Yeah.
Brunson would. I think we'd win more games.
I'd give you Saturansky for him.
Are you kidding me? How dare you, sir? The lowest we go for Brunson is Gafford.
What, man? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
Brunson would be the.
No, I'm saying I'm not giving you Gafford.
But I'm saying Gafford would be our backup, and Brunson would be your starter.
Woo!
I'm not giving you Gafford. I'm not doing that.
But I'm saying Brunson would start.
I hear what you're saying. I'm saying no. Remember, I said I wouldn't start him.
They're two.
Brunson wouldn't start for me.
Brunson and Gafford are both 2 second-round picks. I feel like it's.
I'm not trading. I wouldn't do that trade straight up.
Is that Garrett Temple or Denzel? Garrett Temple. God.
Here's Temple.
Here comes the breakaway. Dang it.
James Johnson.
I love him so far.
Yeah.
OG Bull.
Yeah, I'm really
Draft
happy.
Bulls.
I'm happy he's had a long career because I didn't see him having a long career.
Honestly, me neither.
Yeah.
Probably just because he got very seldom minutes with the Bulls
Yeah.
and didn't show much. But
No, he didn't.
How many fouls does Gafford have?
Colin said, "How soon before we see the end of last season, Kobe?" And thanks, by the way, Book Jones for the tip. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Look, someone saying Kobe can't dribble. Marlon said that. Marlon saying his dribble's too high. I agree. Kobe's dribble is too high. Look, you guys were talking about Brunson versus Kobe, who starts. I think they're both great bench guards. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not selling Kobe short.
That's probably fair.
I'm not selling Kobe short and saying I don't believe he can be a starter in this league. But I think he is a guy whose best NBA career projects to be a microwave scorer off the bench, which is what he did as a rookie. I don't know. Like, we're 7 games in, and the whole can Kobe be a point guard thing, I'm just like, nah.
He's Bobby Jackson, Jason Terry, right? And that's high praise. Jason Terry was amazing, but he came off the bench, and he was the second best player on a championship team.
Yeah, but he came off the bench later in his career. He was a starter at first.
Terry came off the bench for the majority of his career, though.
Define majority.
I would say like almost half.
Okay.
Like I would say close to half. Like I would say prime years in off the bench. And Bobby Jackson was straight up off the bench. I feel like remember there always was like those good teams that always had those like really great bench guys.
Daniel Gafford has 2 fouls, John.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rob right there. I mean, what has been a bummer is I wanted to see some rookies play for the Mavericks.
Okay. Who are your rookies? Like, what guys do y'all got?
Josh Green.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Bays. I forget which Bay. Tyler Bay?
Hey, Bay.
Not Sadiq Bay. And then
Y'all seen Bay?
Terry from Stanford. Have you seen Bay? Tyrell Terry. He was supposed to be a good shooter, but they don't play.
I don't know any of those names, to be honest.
Josh Green is like Australia. I think he's from Australia. He went to Arizona. He's like an athlete.
Mhm.
Terry's really smart. He can shoot.
Burke said 2003 Mavs legend Nick Van Exel.
Quick
Yeah,
iced coffee.
quick.
There are certain phases of Nick Van Exel's career that I remember. When you say, what team do you think of when you hear Nick Van Exel? It's
Lakers.
not Dallas.
I swear to
I
God,
think of the Lakers.
I hate
The
to break
Lakers
it to
first
you.
team I think of.
It's Lakers.
He is beloved in Dallas. He's
awesome.
He's a top 10 Mav in terms of people who love him.
Wow.
That's
He
awesome,
is
man.
beloved in Dallas.
Wow.
That's awesome. I've loved him since Cincinnati. Like he's always been one of my favorites.
Dude, I always loved his game, man.
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
he was. I mean, he had the greatest quote. They said, "Are you scared about Sacramento?" And he just goes, "Fuck them" on local news. Fuck them.
Name the Jay-Z song when Jay-Z quoted him. Go.
What is it? Bonnie Van Exel. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I can hear it. Is it Bonnie and Clyde?
On it, but the pockets stay fat like Tony Soprano, rock handle like Van Exel.
God, I
I
love
shave
that.
ponies that you can't get next to. It's Crazy in Love. Beyonce.
Crazy in Love. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I knew. See, I thought it was Bonnie. I was doing the other one.
It was, but I was proud. But I mean, you were giving me a Beyonce Jay-Z song,
That's what
so I'm actually really proud of you.
Thank
right
you.
now.
That's it.
That's really good.
My God, which NBA player has the most rap lyrics?
That's a great question.
It's gotta be like Kobe, right?
Honestly, to be real with you, Scottie Pippen
Oh,
is like in top 5 for real. Like Scottie Pippen is mentioned so many times in hip hop, like a lot.
I would love to know. Genius lyrics. We gotta go to that website. Tell us who the most is.
Like Jay-Z said. I mean, what Jay-Z say? If we don't want, because we can stack money longer than Pippen's arms.
If Jesus got LeBron, I'm showing.
I'm paying Dwayne Wade.
Concrete jungle. Way.
Yeah, I would say Jordan, Pippen.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I think Kobe gets said a lot, right?
well, not that much, but more recently, yes,
Yeah.
more recently. Gosh, that's a good question.
I love Jay-Z's one about MJ wearing the 4-5.
Mhm.
Yes, when I come
It's
back
not
like
to play
Jordan,
games with you, is to take aim at you.
probably mainly.
Woo!
Yeah, he has a lot of great Jay-Z. I mean, a lot of great Michael Jordan lines, and he's from New York. Just to let you know, another reason he's the GOAT.
Ooh,
Jordan.
John Gustavo wants to know 90s Mavs Jason Kidd or Mavericks Nick Van Exel.
Oh, no one likes. It's so funny. I don't think 90s Jason Kidd is not canon.
Canon.
We don't consider it canon. We only acknowledge the second.
You only acknowledge the
championship.
the late Kidd career Mavs.
Yeah, he was not loved his first time. Like he's been on the Mavs twice. He won a championship, and it's so weird. People can like take or leave him in the city. It's super weird. I think we should like him more personally. He was 38 years old and he won you a championship.
He was an all-star the year before.
Yeah, he was a starting 38-year-old. That's crazy. They started.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my friend, right? Like Magic Johnson. Yeah, definitely. He gets mentioned a lot too.
Magic
That's
is a great one.
Yeah, he does. Magic too. I like Jay-Z because he mentions obscure, like when he would say used to run the bass like Juan Pierre. Like who's dropping Juan Pierre in a rap?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember Promiscuous Girl with Nelly and Timberland.
Yeah.
And she
Promiscuous girl.
MVP just like Steve Nash. And I gotta tell you, at Santa Clara, his alma mater, a bunch of white people, when that went on, everyone would say it, and we thought we were so cool.
Oh, you know another one who used to get mentioned a lot? I know in the 90s for sure was Rod Strickland.
Yeah,
Rod Strickland used to get mentioned a lot.
I just remember that Tim Hardaway Sr. was on like NBA Live 96 on the cover.
Oh, wow. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
Which like, it's so crazy that he made the cover of a video game.
Yeah.
Like Prime Hardaway was a
problem.
Like, why isn't his jersey retired in Golden State? Is there a reason behind that? Why his jersey's not retired in Golden State?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably should be.
Because Golden State just like started doing that recently because they've been so bad.
Like the Heat shouldn't be the first team to retire Tim Hardaway's number. I thought it should have been Golden State. Because I don't even think of the Heat when I think of Tim Hardaway.
Well, I mean, like, I think of the Heat when I think of Tim Hardaway because the Bulls played him in the playoffs.
Yeah, true.
But I more so think of him as Golden State Warrior.
Yeah. Run TMC.
Dude. Run. What a great name.
Man, that name was just perfect. Kick out.
I've seen more airball threes this game.
It was a lot. It's been a lot. You're right.
When Wendell did, I screamed.
Colin said, okay, the Wendell-Gafford combo should really be this. Do we like Wendell and Lowry or Wendell and Gafford or Gafford and Lowry?
I like Gafford and Lowry.
I like Gafford and Lowry just for the fit.
I think I kind of do too.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Travel.
I think he makes stuff easier for Lowry because everybody knows exactly what he's gonna do on the court.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and where he's gonna be. Like you get it and you know it. So it makes it simple. Than a guy who might not take the jump shot when you pass it to him.
Yeah, it just simplifies the game.
Yeah, simple is good. You know, what I mean?
Willie Cauley-Stein's monster.
Guys, did you see the air ball from Wendell?
I did.
I screamed.
He screamed. John screamed.
I screamed and laughed. when James dropped,
in that order. Wait, in that order, was it laugh and scream or scream and laugh?
And I laughed. When when Josh Richardson stripped him and then hit a three, I was like, Jesus. But I would take him over Dwight Powell.
So right now, Wendell Carter Jr. Just these are the stats right now for both these centers. Wendell Carter Jr. 21 minutes, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Daniel Gafford in 19 minutes, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
It's weird he doesn't get more rebounds.
Yeah.
How many blocks?
I don't think he has one. He doesn't have a block.
None. And that Gafford on Boban.
Oh my God.
That should count as 4.
Man, dude.
Yeah. I love how Stacy said, man, on the streets that's 5 to 10 when Boban just destroyed him.
Oh, so for some reason, all the Mavs fans are watching the Bulls feed for some reason on League Pass. Mm-hmm. I've gotten 3 different texts from people saying they're loving
Stacy and Benetti.
Awesome.
They're a great combo.
To hear another team like compliment the other team's local announcers, that never happens. And I'm like, they're really good. And I was like,
wow.
Amin's not even there, but they're just so much better than other local.
Yeah, they have a chemistry, bro. Like it's evident.
I mean, Benetti is a pro. Benetti knows everything about everything and is like super. He comes off as being very personable and like easily approachable with whoever he's broadcasting with.
True, absolutely true. I mean, they brought in,
and he's a friggin' walking encyclopedia of sports knowledge.
They brought in Bill Walton to a baseball game because of Jason Benetti.
Yeah,
like come on. Yeah, I'll come do it. What?
Not that man said, you know who doesn't have an air ball? Gafford.
Dude, Daniel Gafford is 3 for 3 from the field and 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
And all we're saying is he might be a bad starter. We might be wrong.
Yeah.
But these people who were like, don't even try to see. Like, Matt, what are you holding up?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we holding on to? What are you holding on to?
Yes, what is so precious about this?
Yeah.
Let's try it. If we're wrong, we'll be like, we're wrong. Put Wendell back in. Right. That's it.
It's not like we're like, we can't go to the playoffs.
The things that the Wendell stands see.
Wendellas. They're called Wendellas. We're Dan stands. They're Wendellas.
Okay. I see less of it. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Kobe.
I hate how you guys are always, what's wrong with my internet?
Are you streaming it?
Yeah. Is that what it is? Do you have actual cable?
Yeah.
Actual cable.
Oh, that's what it is. Damn it.
Don't worry, John. One of these games,
I'll get that NBC Sports Chicago.
Yeah. One of these games, I'll be streaming. Don't worry. I'll be streaming, sir. We'll be in sync. Wow, he fouled out. Cauley-Stein fouls out.
Excuse me, I believe his name is Willie Cauley-Stein's monster.
Thank you. Yo, I like him. I think he should start. There's a Dwight Powell, Willie Cauley. It's the exact same debate happening in Dallas.
That's it. Does Cauley Stein get more minutes than Boban?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Tonight, Cauley Stein, 12. Boban has 7. Just that one stretch in the first half, in which, in those 7 minutes, Boban had 6 points and 6 rebounds. I love Boban. I love him.
Every time he plays, we play better.
Yeah. His game is so interesting because it doesn't – I shouldn't say it doesn't work on other teams. I think that's an incorrect statement, but it's more magnified for me when he plays with the Mavericks.
I agree. Stacey said the same thing. I just think it's Rick knowing how to use them.
Yeah. Nationwide is on your side. Well, they sang it together.
That's beautiful. I think the Bulls are going to pull us out.
Oh, offensive foul on Wendell Carter Jr.
If they don't
sell the team,
kill yourself.
No Luka, no Dwight. These are all nobodies. Like our highest draft, like Josh Richardson, 2nd round pick. James Johnson, undrafted. Maxey, undrafted. Jalen, 2nd round pick. Dorian Finney-Smith, undrafted. Like there is no other. Boban, 2nd round pick.
Yeah. This is like the knockoff Legos version of the Mavs that aren't real
Willie
Legos.
Cauley Stein is the highest draft pick on the team.
Hey, John, can I just say how impressive that was, that sequence of you just rattling that off of everybody's second round.
Crazy though, right? Like, thank you, man.
That's impressive.
And I'm sure, man, I think Josh Richardson's 2nd round, though. Like, that's the one I was worried about. But Maxey, Maxey, Dorian Finney-Smith were undrafted. Like people were like, no, no, thank you.
Look at Otto Porter Jr. snatching rebounds from Wendell. I like it.
Otto Porter Jr. is taller.
Yeah,
I'm done with wingspan. Can we stop with wingspans?
Do you hate wingspan more than you hate the steals stat?
Good question.
Steals stat is problematic. And it's like it cannot be 2 things at once. So I hate steals more. Wingspan is the thing that exists, but also like then he should be averaging 3 blocks a game if he's 7'5". Why isn't he averaging any blocks ever? If I have 7'5" wingspan, I bet you I get a block. If wingspan mattered, or I get 12 rebounds a game if I was 7'5".
Dude, you know what I think wingspan matters is when you're a guard.
Horizontally.
Yeah, yes. When you're defending someone one-on-one, I think it matters then. Like Scottie Pippen.
Passing lanes.
Right.
Yes, so when people say that, wingspan does not matter for a center.
It doesn't matter vertically. Yeah, it doesn't matter vertically.
Yes, we agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Vertical.
And especially if instead of trying to go up and block like this, you do the Wendell and go like this.
And then go, what? And again, we're not saying he's bad. We're just saying let's just see what happens when the other dude starts.
That's it, dog. That's it.
Evan said Wendell will screw up soon, and then 1 minute later, well, there it is.
I love it.
Yeah, he usually gets hurt, sadly. He there comes a point in time in the season, both seasons, he gets hurt, and then he's going for the rest of the year. That's happened.
Rest of the year.
The last 2 seasons, that's what's happened.
I thought Otto.
When Otto limped off, I was ready to be like, dude, pull a plug on the season.
Heck, I was literally not saying the same thing. I was like, well, that's it. I was like, we had a good run. We lasted over under.
We had a good run. We were 2-4.
Over under was 18 games for him, right? Like, it's a contract.
Yeah. Just like last season, we started 3-6, and Otto got hurt, and I was like, all right, we're done. We're done here.
Otto's going to get traded, though.
Yeah, Otto, man. And here's something else I was thinking. Do you think that Wendell's getting this tip because they're showcasing him?
I mean,
trying to show him,
showcasing like me at the Apollo.
Yeah. Well, John, you kill at the Apollo.
I would be terrible. I'd be like,
well, you know what? No. Kill is strong. You be respectful.
You ever
you get this.
You ever notice how your old lady?
You'll get. Yeah.
No, I would get the. But like, I hope I also think Wendell has like a place in the league. I just don't think it is as a starting center and the way this team's configured. That's it.
Yeah, I completely
That's
agree
a
with
foul
that.
for sure.
I'm ready for this roster to be 90% different than it is right now.
Here's a fashion jersey question, actually.
Mhm.
Why doesn't Otto Porter Jr. have Junior on his name, on his back of his jersey?
Interesting.
Why does it just say Porter?
Because he gave it to Bobby Portis.
He got it in the trade.
He got it in the trade.
So we were looking at the starting lineups, and Karen goes, "There's a bunch of juniors out there." And I go, "But Tim Hardaway is the only one who needs it because his dad played in the NBA. Like, it's helpful.
That's true.
For the stats. You need it
Right, exactly.
Like."
Exactly.
I'm not. No one's going to go to Wendell Carter Sr.'s slot on Basketball Reference and put in the 3 turnovers. Like, you don't need it. I don't think you're your unfamous dad. I'm not confused.
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Dude,
There he is.
dude, I knew he was going to show out too. He's so good.
Man.
His only problem is
The pride of Stevenson High School.
Patriots, baby.
That's the travel, Zach LaVine. That's the turnover.
He is Luca's best friend. He's Luca's best friend on the team, so I don't think he'll ever get traded. That's the only thing.
Who, Jalen Brunson?
Yeah. They are.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
They are like so cute together.
He'll get traded if they need to. I mean, they traded Charles Oakley.
Here's the thing. There it is, right? I just want to trade everyone for Bradley Beal. No one said.
Wait, I didn't know you wanted Bradley.
I want Bradley Beal so bad. I think we need him.
Oh, yeah.
I want him so badly.
Okay.
I want him so badly. I want Zach LaVine, but I want Bradley Beal more.
I mean, Beal's hella good. And did you see that after we beat the Wizards twice, they have now won their last 2
final
games?
shot against the Nets?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's their center.
Who shot
I
it?
like their center.
Yeah.
It was Beal got doubled and he did an amazing little bounce pass for a dunk for what's his name?
Burton's?
No, the center.
No.
Thomas Bryant.
Thomas Bryant.
Bryant.
I think Thomas Bryant's good.
I think he's good too. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's like a less chaotic JaVale McGee.
I think he's. I'd love him on this team.
Oh yeah. No, he'd be awesome.
Yo, it's closer. Oh my god.
Close, John.
Yeah.
2-point lead.
No, the Bulls have,
Let's go, Mavs.
had a couple of turnovers.
We need to get to 500.
What do you know?
Yeah, I'm not pulling for y'all, John.
You
Sorry.
should be.
John, Gustavo and Burke are both pointing out that they're surprised that no team has picked up John Sabine. Speaking
Thank
of
you.
undrafted,
Undrafted, and I've been working out during COVID. I'm trying to get a 4-pack.
working out at the Cleveland State University gym with D Rose when he was trying to make his way back into the league.
Cleveland State. I remember being like, I'm learning about this college from him.
Right.
Yeah, one of my good friends graduated from
Really?
Cleveland State.
I love Cleveland.
It's HBCU.
Well then I did not know that.
Mhm.
I hope that becomes a trend for top prospects.
I do too, actually.
I think that'd be so cool.
I like monkey wrenches. It's throwing a monkey wrench into the system.
Fuck the system, man.
Like, you don't need to go to big college to get that recognition anymore. Not in this day and age where YouTube and all this stuff, like, anybody can see you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need it anymore. So yeah, I really hope that happens. That would be awesome to see.
Guys, check out Walt Dog in the comments.
Walt
This is
Dog.
made- wow.
I'm hammered after the Bears game, boys.
But before getting that comment out successfully, he just sent the word "I" twice in a row.
I
I'm hammered. But guess what? If you or any Bears fans out there had a few today to get through that, I do not judge and I do not blame you.
Oh, me and Matt yelled at each other. We yelled at each other all game long. It was the best.
It went exactly as I expected it
John,
to
it
go.
was all game long. We yelled. It was the best.
I'm so
You
sorry I
missed
missed it. Oh my god.
Dude, It was so bad. Like the Bears turned us against each other. Like we would yell at each other about a first quarter field goal opportunity for the entire game. Like it was all we talked about for the entire game.
No,
it was the best.
If Zach LaVine finishes with less than 40, that is insane.
I agree.
Yeah, he's been stuck at 37 for a while.
There's a free throw there.
That'd be crazy.
No, he just hit that free throw.
After scoring 29 in the first
21
half.
in the first quarter.
Coming down to the stretch though, he's gonna get these foul shots because he's gonna get to to the bucket. They're gonna foul him, so I think he'll get that 40. At least from the line. Garrett Temple, 22 or 24 from the line. The Bulls are tonight.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they've been good free throw shooting this year.
Don't you love the Air Jordan logo?
Oh, wasn't it great seeing it on a Pistons jersey? That was
oh my God, hilarious!
That's kids. It's called a flex. Nice.
Oh, Greg busting out the old phrase saying we need some Levine cuisine. Yes,
I love Levine. We're all in the Levine cuisine. Wait, you guys are so ahead of me.
About it.
Some goal just happened. Damn it. Why is internet worse than satellite? Oh, that was a great.
Sorry, man.
That was a great. Dude, Zach's good.
Zach's good, man. Zach's a good basketball
he's
player.
Another air ball.
Not just when he's scoring.
I can't believe that.
Zach's a good basketball player. He came out hot though. I mean, goodness, him and Brunson just
Brunson did not miss.
crazy. That was crazy.
Brunson's so good.
Yeah, that was just fun stuff. Oh, nice pick. Come on. Find the open. Somebody get open. The Bulls are going with Thad at the 5 with this lineup.
Yeah, we've seen Donovan do that a few times before. Oh, God.
Oh, turnover.
What are you doing, man? That's a travel. God, how many travels do we have in this quarter?
That's so funny.
I don't like that Denzel's older brother we're very dependent on. Yeah, that's a bad time, too.
Temple.
Talking about Garrett Temple.
Yeah.
Right, of course. Evan said, is this a tank season or should it be? Burke said, it's basically a tank season. Yes. Yes.
Already?
This is game 7, I think. And I'm ready. Get that tank out. I will get in and I will commandeer the shit out of that thing. Make the trades you can make at the trade deadline. Otto's expiring deal. Maybe move Thad to a contender somewhere. He's got only a partial guarantee on the 30-year of his deal. Just fucking burn it to the ground. Keep Patrick Williams. Keep Billy Donovan. Burn it to the ground.
I mean, yeah, I think you're gonna trade. We're gonna trade Otto. I feel like that's a guarantee.
Yeah, Otto's gonna be gone.
Huh?
Guaranteed like all 28 of those millions of dollars he's making this year.
Getting them checks. Not mad. Pour that champagne in their mouths there, Otto. Do your thing, brother. Not mad at you.
Chris said 2 and 4 best case scenario on this road trip. Isn't it only a 4-game road trip?
I think it's a quick one, yeah.
Pretty sure it's only a 4-game road
Is
trip.
this a West Coast one?
So yeah, we go at Blazers, at Kings, at Lakers, at Clippers. Then we're home against the Celtics real quick. Then we go back on the road for Thunder and Mavs.
Thunder.
So of those 6 road games, I'm thinking maybe 1 and 5.
In my Mavs chat, someone just reminded me that the Dallas had the 37th pick, and Gafford was 38 that year.
Ooh.
Who did you take with
Someone
37?
His name I've never known.
Wow.
DeVitas.
Is he a drafting stash, just like the 37-year-old?
That was so funny. He's 37?
Dude, watching Bulls Twitter and everybody freak out for that few amount of seconds, John, was the greatest
when
thing
we all simultaneously
do.
type that name into our Google
But it
search
says so much
bar.
about the Bulls that we thought it was a possibility.
Exactly. Oh,
Right.
Kobe. Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Kobe.
But yes, John, like if that's called, dealing with, terrible parenting before stepdad comes in. You just are ready for anything bad.
Yeah.
And anything that doesn't make sense. Of course, because I remember when they did it, Mavs, of course they drafted a 37-year-old. Of course they did. Of course they did.
Brandon said, Matt, who are we firing out of a cannon from this Bulls roster? So, John, we were talking about firing people out of a cannon at Hallis Hall during the Bears game because we're sick of people want them fired.
I love this. I love this idea.
So who would I mean, Luke Cornett seems like a very aerodynamic individual.
He's a cannon candidate.
Just a stick figure of a person. You launch him out of a cannon, man, he could reach friggin' Pennsylvania from here.
It's Arch.
Arch is a little dart. He's perfect.
Arch would be more accustomed to a tuck and roll after coming out of that, so I can see that. But I don't know, man. Luke Cornett, man, he just jumps straight in, like just puts his hands in the air and he's into the cannon, dog, and he's in and out. Arch seems like he's gonna try too hard to do something when he comes up out of there.
I like that.
Just trying. Luke Cornett's just like, yeah, whatever, put me in, I'll do it.
I'm free.
I
got time.
I'm not doing nothing. I got corn.
He loves it.
Cornett.
He loves his corn. Oh my god, it's
the greatest joke that never was.
I know that was so miserable. I bought so much corn.
The greatest joke.
I ordered a net.
But you got to show it to him. I had the picture of it. That's why I take pictures of stuff. So I had the picture.
It was the best.
Ooh, was that Cleaver? There goes a shot.
Damn.
They drew that up for him too. I haven't even seen it. I know what they're going to do right now.
Oh, turnover. Oh, no, our ball. Oh, we'll take it. Oh, man, they're going to go review this, aren't they?
I think they're going to look at that.
Nuts.
Yeah, that's off that.
This game is nuts. It shouldn't be this fun and weird. That's 100% off that.
I mean, two bad teams with bad defenses.
Our defense is getting better. But we also give up 1 million points. I really think Josh Richardson's really good at defense. We just need KP back.
That's awesome.
I think we're much better than last year, but we still give up the same amount of points. Does that make any sense?
No, we're good at scoring. We're averaging 70. That's awesome, man.
Burke said Lowry and Wendell might get injured climbing into the cannon.
Hutch for sure.
Wendell
obviously Hutch.
He's too gun shy to climb into the cannon.
Hutch is going to give the cannon COVID.
Hutch getting COVID first is the funniest thing.
It really is. But now, shit, guys, we haven't even talked about this yet. Sato has it too.
They all have it.
Sautomatic.
They all have it.
And I really was liking what I was seeing from Sato coming off in that second unit, man.
Yeah. You need that, contrast. You need that difference when a guy, who scored first against a guy who's passed first. You need that. It's important. Oh, no. Rebound. There you go.
Can you imagine being an NBA ref? That's such a weird thing to want to do.
A good amount of them are people who played back in their,
I'm shocked there aren't more.
Yeah.
Like Hayward Workman, I'm like, yeah, sure. Of course. Go ahead, be a ref.
Tim Hardaway's he's with the Bulls tonight.
And Zach, foul, free throw line. Time to get that 40, Zach.
Get your 40, man.
Walt Dog said, who y'all got, Derrick Rose or Steve Nash?
Are we talking?
Steve Nash. I'd rather have him be my captain.
Yeah. If you're talking like you're building a team,
That's no shame to Rose.
taking Rose.
That's no shame to Rose. You are such a homer.
I'm taking Rose. That's not a homer thing. You see me sit here and think about it. Like that's a basketball thing. Derrick Rose had a point. I mean, in the era of LeBron James in his prime, he was the best. He had a time where he was the best player in the league at 22 years old.
I mean,
a lot of people say that MVP.
Yeah, and a lot of people would be wrong.
2011 was a weird year, though.
I mean, if you who is the best player in the league? I'm pretty sure in 2010-11, the best player in the NBA was LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing as the MVP.
You'd be wrong.
But people have a different definition of MVP.
Well, I disagree with that, strictly because LeBron James, the team he's on, which was an incredible team, they weren't even first in their conference. You know who the first was? It was the Chicago Bulls. It was Derrick Rose.
That's what
they were.
Right, because Tibbs played all of his starters 47 and a half minutes, and the Heat were like, we're in this for the long haul.
But I do. Doesn't matter. Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose. There was no one on the team that was better than anybody on the Heat team except Derrick Rose.
I think Rose was MVP. That year for sure. For sure.
I mean, I think considering the leap he made and the leap the team made from a 40-win team to a 60-win team and the number one seed.
The conference final.
You got to give it to him. The number one seed.
Yeah. I'm not saying Derrick Rose didn't deserve that award.
No, we're talking best player in the league.
Like a child when he accepted it.
You're talking about best player in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's the best player in the league?
We're talking.
LeBron.
That's what we're talking about.
Guys, how is this game not over
So
yet?
the best player in the league. Wait a minute. The best player in the league was not a first seed, and then gets to the finals and disappears, and gets stomped on by the Dallas Mavericks. That's the best player in the league.
Regular season award,
Okay,
man.
fair enough.
Dirk was supernatural that year.
But the regular season award went to Derrick Rose. But okay, all right.
I mean, Dirk won.
No, but you were saying that as if that was an argument for LeBron's MVP candidacy.
No, I'm saying look, if you're the best
year.
player in the league, you don't go to the finals and disappear.
Sometimes you're the best player in the league and you get knocked out in the first round, Dave. Okay.
No, I said you don't disappear. Well,
sometimes you're the MVP and you don't even make it, and you gotta accept
and you know that's not true.
But it's one of those weird years where it goes to the best player on the number one team, right?
Yes, but Derrick Rose, like in the league, I still think it was Derrick Rose, the best player in the league that year. That was my opinion.
Yeah. And as Brandon pointed out in the comments, I think my favorite part about all of that and that story that season was that Mark Shanowski, Mark Shanowski, who we need to get on here soon with us, is the one who asked him at Media Day, what do you think the expectations and limits are for your season? And Derek just said, why can't I be the MVP? And then he freaking did it.
It was like they laughed at him when he said it. He's like, dead serious. Why can't I? Sure you can, little fella. That's kind of the response it was. Oh, yeah, great. Like it was a Make-A-Wish kid or something.
Right, yeah.
Did you see they showed Luke on the bench and he was like mad? It's like, why are you mad? Go in. Can you just go in for he should have gone in for the last 5 minutes. Can they do that?
What's their schedule after this, John?
They go home tomorrow and play against the Rockets.
Oh.
So that's why he's resting.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a division game.
What's that? 39 for Zach? 39, yeah. 39, 6 and 5 and 3 steals for Zach LaVine.
Fuck me. Mavs lost to the goddamn Bulls.
Yeah, you heard it.
God damn it.
I mean, John, this game is not over.
It's 100%. You can't score 8 points in 18 seconds without Tracy McGrady.
It's over, dude.
Did you see some of those epic Bulls collapses last year?
Yeah, man.
That one against a team with an all-star. KP and Luka are both out. I would love to beat the Blazers. God, if the Bulls beat the Blazers, I'd be so happy.
Why is that? Why?
Because I hate the Blazers. I hate that.
Really?
They live. I hate. They're so smug. They got one team. They still have jobs. Those fucking Blazers Outsiders are. They have such an augmented reality living in Portland.
Oh man, dude!
Like Dame's kind of like Jordan or something. You're like, no, he's not. Shut up.
Oh my!
They're not as bad as Warrior fans. Warrior fans have turned into the worst fans. I don't know how it happened.
They won championships, and 73 and 9 and stuff like that.
I think Andrew Wiggins is some coveted. They are insane, but I think they're going to beat the Blazers tonight, though.
Yeah, the way they look at Draymond Green
is crazy.
It's a little wild to me the way they look at him, like
because he only works on that team.
Yeah, like he's first ballot Hall of Fame.
He's Julius Randle if he's not on that team.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
that's high praise. But yeah,
I'm a Randle fan.
Yeah, I like Julius. I've always liked Julius Randle. Look at Kobe White having a game.
How many turnovers does Kobe have tonight?
He has
4. He and Zach each have 4.
Forward
and Bulls 16 more turnovers tonight. I guess that's better than I think they had like 20 something against the Bucks.
Yeah, a little bit better. At least I would say. It's over there, sir. 1 second left. Let's wrap this up. Do they still play another one bites the dust? About to find out. I don't hear anything.
This game's over. End it.
No, I don't hear another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I don't hear any music.
But, that wouldn't have been accurate considering this was the Bulls' first home win of the season. So...
Yeah, that song got silly.
Congratulations on the big win.
Yay!
I'm glad you were here to share it with us.
The Luka and Kristaps Mavs. What an honor. What a true honor.
We cannot win in the Madhouse on Madison.
Well, with that, let us begin the post-game part of the Stretch 4. It's your Bulls Outcasts here. That's Big Dave. That's John. I'm Matt. Appreciate all of you who are hanging out with us for the Bears game as well today. This is a lot of hot miking to do in one day. And I hate the Bears, so let's talk about the Bulls. One of these teams is playoff bound and one is not. And I don't even like the fact that the Bears are playoff bound. So, gentlemen, first of all, John, I feel like we should address that your son Luka did not play in this game. How do you feel about that?
I get why he didn't play. I get it. I get why he didn't play. It's a weird schedule back-to-back where you're away and then you fly home tomorrow against the Rockets. And those actually matter for, like, tie-breaking playoff purposes. So, like, if you had to sacrifice a game or if you had to sit one, you sit against the Eastern Conference team. I get it. It just stinks that Porzingis isn't back, and I don't know why. I still think it's a COVID thing. I really do.
You think that they were being careful because the Bulls have had some positive tests?
Why wouldn't you? What's a more valuable asset to the franchise?
Yeah.
So I don't.
But I mean, I suppose that some of these Bulls players who have now been separated from, Hutch and Sada, we learned today, also tested positive, and then Lowry and Archie, the other two, isolating. I suppose it's possible that some of these players have registered negative tests, and like the incubation stage or whatever. But I feel like the league is taking every precaution they can to prevent the spread to go through a whole locker room.
It's true, but it's also in the bubble there was 0 cases, and we're 10 days in, and the Clippers are missing 5 players this right now because of a New Year's party. The Bulls are missing 5 just because they existed in DC. Like, I just think it's. I just believe they're going to sit him regardless because it's the weird schedule. But also, he's not 21 years old. Why can't he play back to back? Like, what's the deal?
And what's the deal with Kristaps? How long is he out?
He's coming back. I think it's within the next week. He's back.
Oh, okay.
He's ready to go. He posted a picture from his hotel room in Chicago, and there was chatter that it was eye emojis. Is he coming back tonight? And I was like, no, he's not.
HM629 said we're 3-1 since Barkley called us the worst team in the league. Okay,
Take that, Charles.
You beat the Wizards twice, and you beat a Luka and KP-less Mavs team.
You have more wins.
So that is my next question to both of you, gentlemen, and I'll start with you, Dave. Yes, the Bulls just got to win, and we're 3-4 on the year now. Yay! Mm-hmm. We needed 39 points from Zach LaVine to beat that team, missing its team basically, in Luka and Kristaps. Mm-hmm. Tonight's game and tonight's victory made me feel no differently about where this Bulls team is. I feel hollow inside. I'm like the fucking Tin Man over here. What do you think?
Well, luckily, we got the Wizard talking right now. Big Dave Watson, who's going to give you a heart and a brain and courage.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing but love to pass on. You should know this by now, sir. So yeah, I mean, I'm not here to tell you you should be over the moon, because of course you shouldn't. But just looking at the performance that Zach LaVine had, even though you say they needed it, it's the fact that he gave it. The man 21 points in the first quarter. I mean, that's a thing. That's really awesome. He was on fire and making the game look real easy and real simple. And I've been waiting for this kind of performance from him since the season started, because he's a guy that I just believe can be one of those guys who we mentioned in the NBA as far as premier scorers. If he wanted to be, he can be one of those guys, man. But it was just really cool to see that tonight. 39, like John said, if he didn't have 40, he would throw away the game and throw away everything.
And he never got 40, right?
And he didn't get 40. He got 39.
Insane.
Yeah, 39. What? 39, 6 and 5.
21 in the first quarter. He didn't get 40. Less points in the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter than he did in the first quarter.
Correct.
I mean, what did Jalen Brunson have in the first quarter?
He had 12, I think.
Yeah, only 12.
Yeah, because his season.
No, maybe.
I thought he had more than that.
I think it's in the first. If we're going by quarter, he did.
Yeah, I'm just asking the first quarter. That's
I
what
think only 12, but his season average is 9.
Okay. But yeah, he had a great game because he had what 31.
31.
He had a great homecoming game and stuff. But yeah, I like Zach LaVine and what he did tonight, just as far as being that scorer and just showing out. And I liked what Kobe White did in the second half when he just started scoring. I mean, he had 7 rebounds and 4 assists, but his stuff becomes more magnified what he does wrong when he doesn't put the ball in the bucket. So when he starts putting the ball in the bucket, you start saying, oh, okay, I see why you're out there. I see why you're performing. Because when he's not doing that, you're like, why are you existing? It's like, why are you doing things? But when he scores, you're like, okay, bet. I see your reasoning, and I like that. So I like the fact of what he did out there. Otto Porter Jr., another solid game with 15 and 7. But, of course, guys, I mean, since Will touched on it yesterday here, since you're going to call us out, the man Daniel Gafford, sir. Can we talk about Daniel Gafford just for 1 second and how he looked tonight? And just looking at the numbers, I mean, Wendell, 7.7 rebounds in 23 minutes. That's awesome. But, Gafford in 19 minutes dropping 12 points, 3 rebounds, 100% from the field, didn't miss from the free throw line, and caused havoc. And that's the point I like about him. He causes havoc when he's in the game. Teams have to rotate to him. Teams were fouling him immediately as soon as he got the ball on pick and rolls or when he got an offensive rebound. He was slapped across the face immediately. You saw Boban hit him across the face immediately when he got that ball, man. He's that kind of physical stuff. I think that they are lacking and they need when Daniel Gafford has to come into the game. So awesome game by Gafford, awesome game by Kobe, incredible game by Zach.
I think it is interesting, and we kind of pointed out when we saw Thad in there at the 5, Donovan, we have all this conversation about Gafford, Wendell, Gafford. Billy Donovan closes with Thad Young at the 5. Right. Bulls fans are arguing between themselves. Our buddies that run that Bulls Talk Twitter account, the morning after the Gafford game posted that, poll on Twitter, and it was like, who should the Bulls start, Gafford or Wendell? Wendell won it fairly handily, I think, somewhere between 60 and 70%. but just the replies showed you how strongly and differently the fans of this team feel about Wendell and Gafford.
It's wild. Wendell, if you like Wendell, you're a Republican, and if you like, because like all we're saying is give it a shot. That's all we're saying, and you're saying no, don't. And you're a Republican. It's like the Green New Deal. No, like there's no other like solution. You're just saying no. That is a terrible outlook. We're just saying try it. We could be wrong. If we're wrong, we'll say it.
Oh, and this is the season, like he's saying, like with 3 and 4, like what are we trying to do this season? You know, it's not like this is going to make or break us getting to the playoffs or making a playoff run. You know, stuff like that. So we're just trying to figure out who can play. You know, who works. This is why Laurie was playing center with the second unit, because we're trying to figure out if it works. You know, we're just trying stuff. You know, this is why, like you said, this is why Thad Young is out there at the 5 in the fourth quarter, just trying to see if it works. Let's try it out. Just throw it against the wall, see if it sticks. Why can't you do the same thing?
Doesn't it feel like Thad and Otto are gone?
Yeah,
that they will get picks for them.
I think you know, the new front office and Donovan and his staff will implore those guys to be, you know, stand-up vets and teach these young kids as much as they can through the first portion of the season. And even if the Bulls don't end up keeping all these younger core pieces that we're talking about, but then when, you know, we're getting closer to deadline, I would be surprised to not hear both of those names being floated around, because they can both contribute to playoff-bound teams. And they like AK's got to flip this roster anyway.
Yeah. It's going to Marlon says, can we agree to stop arguing over who is the most okayest of Gafford and Wendell Carter Jr.? Not that Matt says neither Wendell Carter Jr. or Gafford are a point guard, which is a bigger need right now.
I agree with you. We're arguing who's the better C student. That's all it is. But we also think this C student would do better in this class.
That's it. Like we saw him build something. You know what I mean? Like you're in shop class, and you know, after he built the clock that he was supposed to build, he went and built a birdhouse. And we're like, dude, we never even told you to build that birdhouse. Why did you do that? He's like, well, I just
why are people like saying so holy God? Like I don't get this. How it's only a debate because there's half the people are like, no. It's not a debate.
Yeah. Because I honestly, John, I really want to know what they're seeing that I'm not seeing. Like, it's to have that staunch and strong of an opinion to be like, no way.
They think it means if you start, you're the better player, and that they have a fun. That's not what it means.
I mean,
the better player can come off the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
Case in point, Patrick Williams, Otto Porter Jr. Like, I know we're high on Patrick Williams.
Thank you.
But who's the better player right now? It's Otto. He's coming off the bench.
Yes. It's about fit.
Mm-hmm. It's about that fit, man. It's about that fit. But again, because we talked about Otto coming off the bench in the preseason and just how comfortable he is, you know, mentally with it. You know, because he's like, well, I don't have to pass the ball out here. I'm the main guy. I can score. You know, I'll leave that pass in the Saddle. You know what I'm saying? Saddle can, you know, set everything up. I know when I get the ball, I'm going to, you know, be scoring. So when he was put into the starting lineup, he already was, you know, ready to go. He was like, cool, you know, I know it's temporary because I know my guy comes back. I'm on my way back to the bench and I'm taking these shots, man. So he's actually been consistent, and which is something that was lacking for him last year. Like he will consistently give you at least, you know, 14 and 7 and something like that. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I wanted, you know, from you, because he would have stretches. And I know you guys remember, you have stretches where he would have that incredible game. And then you would forget he's even on the court. Like he would just not want to play and not want to do anything. So I like the fact that he's leveling off. I don't know if it's the fact that it's, you know, a contract year and he knows he's got to get paid again or whatever. But I just like the fact that he's been even killed.
Guys, did you see how many points Steph had?
Yeah, he dropped the first 50 burger of the season.
53 points, 2 assists.
Mm-hmm. I love it because they were talking crazy about him. They were talking crazy about Steph, and that's why I liked it so much, man. No, you ain't the best, and you ain't nothing. Okay.
Yeah, who started all that? All that Steph talk on Twitter.
I don't know, man.
Troll.
But it got back to him.
But the amount of people who disrespect Steph and think he's nothing special, it's crazy to me.
Oh, well, he doesn't have a system now, and guys on the road, now he can't get his shot off. Word. Okay.
Right, okay.
Stop it, dog. Cut it out. I don't understand it. I don't understand
We're
that.
all watching a different game because of that dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Not that Matt said Billy must want to stretch 5. Gafford ain't that. Hence why Lowry and Thad have gotten minutes at the 5. Yes, having stretch 5s is useful. I just think it's also that neither of the Bulls' true center options right now are great.
And also the Mavs were running small too. That's why Thad was in there. Maxi Kleber was the center at the end of the game. So that's doing matchups. But we say stretch, you have to be able to stretch. Wendell's not a stretch. In theory, he is.
Yeah.
He's a better passer.
I mean, come on. If Billy Donovan wants to stretch 5 that badly, why haven't we seen more Luke Cornett minutes, you guys?
The real answer, if you want to stretch 5, is Lowry at the 5 and have Patrick Williams and Otto out there. There it is.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams is your physical big. Yeah. Done.
Honestly, I think the lineup that I've liked the most that we've seen was Sato Temple, Hutch or Patrick, Otto, and Lowry.
So that second unit lineup when they were yeah.
When we had our pieces available, I just
stretch 5.
Marlon said if we had a legit pick and roll guard, Gafford would definitely be the better choice. But yeah, we can. We don't. I mean, Big Dave, I get what you're saying about Kobe. I still have an issue with it though.
Sure.
Like you're saying, just let him get out there and get a little bit heated up. And we saw him drop some, but he sank I think 3 of his 4 threes later in the game, and he finished with 23, which was nice supporting work to Zach LaVine's 39. But hey, if Zach's feeling it and just comes into the game and tells his teammates, I'm feeling the juices flowing tonight, just give me the damn ball, like that first quarter, I'm cool with that.
Right.
But we saw no actual offense being run in the first quarter because Zach was cooking. And then when Kobe does try it and take over as the primary ball handler at times, I don't know. Maybe it's still too small of a sample size, whatever. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm not that encouraged to say that Kobe's the answer there long term.
Yeah, and I don't expect you to feel that way yet. Like you said, you haven't seen it to say, all right, you know what? He's the one. He should do it. I'm saying what's wrong? The same reason with why not try Gafford at center? I'm like, why can't we give him time? It's the same thing to me. Obviously, I see the skill that he has, and the skill that he has is better than what we have. I mean, at that position, I like his skill set a little more just because it scores and just because it rebounds and things like that. I like that. Teams have to account for him, and I think you need that out there, especially in today's game. I think you need that kind of stuff out there. So if you're giving him time to do something he's never done before, I think you're going to need a little more than 7 games. So it's okay for me to let him take his time, take his lumps, and make his mistakes. He did the same thing his rookie year, man. It was lump after lump after lump until he figured it out, in the second half of the season. Then he's like, oh, okay, and it started clicking for him. It just takes time, man. Some of these stuff take time. And it might not work out. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? It might not work out, and you're like, okay, well, fine. Let's go back to Sato. Who cares? Doesn't matter. But it is nothing wrong, and I don't see anything why he shouldn't have that opportunity, man. I feel like he's earned that.
Here's an interesting conversation, guys. So Luke said Denzel Valentine and Garrett Temple look like different evolutions of the same Pokemon. That's a hilarious way to phrase it. Because we were talking about how we get them confused when we're looking at them on the court because so it got me thinking. Can you guys think of anybody else who NBA players who look related but
Maxi
aren't?
Kleber has to wear a shirt that says "I'm not Luka" sometimes. He has a shirt that he wears when he travels that says "I'm not Luka." Stop talking. You don't want to talk to. I'm not the person you want to talk to. So that
oh man, dude! Wow.
that has happened. I think that there's a guy who looks like Karl Anthony Towns. A guy he's on the Pelicans. Hold on. He looks like small.
Oh, man.
He looks like Karl Anthony Village. Like he looks like a smaller version of Karl Anthony Towns. What's his name?
What is wrong with you?
Karl Anthony Township
exactly.
is what you got to call it.
Yes, there it is.
Who is it?
That's awesome. Oh my god.
I used to get Willie Cauley-Stein and JaVale McGee confused, and not because they look alike, but just because they're tall dudes who have strange names.
Yep. Whoa! I didn't realize Wendell Carter Jr. shooting was 25% from the field until Evan Davis just said that. Wow.
Yep. Turns out 2 of 8. I'm not a mathematician, but that does reduce to 1 out of 4, which is 25%.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's going to be a no for me, dog.
Like, how much of this also, like, seeing him out there and seeing Kobe out there, do you still like kind of have in your heart, like, you know what, I'm gonna let Billy Donovan give him time, because I'm gonna just go ahead and trust what he's doing out there and what he's seeing. Do you still kind of feel that way?
I mean, yes. Kind of like what we were talking about after, the blowout loss to the Bucks. Like, I am giving Billy Donovan this year to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Experiment-wise, rotation-wise. And, if AK and Eversley are maybe kind of whispering in Donovan's ear, make sure you put a good amount of your efforts coaching the season into X player, into Y player, into Z player, because they already kind of have a sense of who they want to keep and who they want to trade. Then let Billy do what he thinks is in the best interest of those players to get better if they're going to stay here and be on board.
Colin says, Matt making math peck.
Hey, man.
I like it.
I scraped by, mostly with help from my friends and my dad, because I am not a math person.
Math is a Ponzi scheme.
Kenrich Williams, that's his name. He looks like, but he's on the same team. Garrett Temple and Denzel being on the same team is very confusing.
Yeah,
guys, Cam just pointed out that Luka has more career rebounds than Wendell, and they were both in the same draft class.
Is that
by a lot?
And I read that, and as I read it, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's not surprising.
Wow.
Guys,
but it's kind of gross.
That's still crazy.
In Mavs franchise, he is tied for first in leading a game in points, rebounds, and assists at 38 times. That's happened so far. Dirk is first. He played for 21 seasons.
Right.
Lucas played for 2 seasons in 5 games, and he's already tied for first.
Does it worry you, Luka's terrible shooting from 3-point line? I mean, it's like 16%. Like, that would worry you at all?
He's a star. He's the showstopper. He's Shawn Michaels. It don't matter. He wrestles 4 times a year, and they're all. I don't care. He's Mr. Big Shot, dude. Like he'll miss everything. Then he'll hit that shot in the playoffs. Like I do not care.
So do you feel differently about that because he's a superstar on your team versus, say, how you feel as a general NBA fan about Ben Simmons and how people view him as a star and that being a whole of his game?
I kind of am a Ben Simmons apologist because it's like, why isn't this a cool thing that he doesn't shoot 3? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, if everyone's doing, like, if you can affect the game in the same way Russell Westbrook can affect the game in a different way, like, your job is to win games, and there's not one way to win a game. And I balk at the chance that at the suggestion that you have to be able to do something. Like, Dennis Rodman got 0 points and 20 rebounds, right? And we loved him for it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's interesting to me. And I think Lucas can hit big shots. I don't think Ben Simmons can. But I also think, like, I love the way Ben Simmons plays, and you can't love that he is 6'10" and can rebound and do these assists. You have to take everything. You know what I mean? It's like you can't pick and choose what you like about him. It's weird that he didn't attempt a shot. That's the weirdest thing with Ben Simmons, that he went 2 years without attempting one. Like, shot clock was down and he didn't have to throw it up. That's the weirdest part to me. Less that he shoots, that he doesn't shoot, less that he never even attempted one. But how do you feel? I think I think there's different ways to win, and I think it makes the game interesting to me.
Yeah, personally, if I were you, I wouldn't care either. It's like, I was harping on Chris Dunn's inability to hit a three to save his life last year because he was like a starting point guard that our fan base was like, we got it. Oh, his defense is so valuable. We got to keep him. And I'm like, guys, everything here sucks. And we're talking about, Chris Dunn, so valued, shooting 19%, 2/3 of the way through the season. That's when not being able to knock down a three is bogus to me. Not when it's like, I'm an MVP candidate, and the one flaw that I have is I'm not.
And I think he's a 3-point shooter. Like I think if he could go 0 for 80 in the last shot of the game, who do you want to shoot it? You want Luka to shoot it?
Guys, guess what? Weren't we watching that Mavs game together in the bubble when Luka hit that?
We were not. Beater? I was at my in-laws in Pennsylvania, and I lost my. But
I feel like maybe you and I were watching it together, Dave.
We were probably watching it. Yeah, I think we were.
But it's like, okay, playoff game, crunch time, seconds, winding off the clock. Who do you want shooting that three? Oh yeah, it's Luka.
Exactly.
He had a
percentages are thrown out the window with him, but can he improve upon it? Sure. But
I was asking if there was a worry. Look,
I don't worry about
because of how it started.
I cannot worry about that about him. We got too much. If I'm worried about Luka Doncic in this world, then that's a luxury.
Colin asked you, John, who is the next Dirk as of right now?
Wow. I mean, I think you have to look at it like who's a unicorn and changes the position and like that. Not just like a big shooter, tall guy. Like I look at it as someone who's who did something different. And I think you could make the argument Ben Simmons is like you could. In terms of like big guy who can shoot, it's like probably Karl Anthony Towns, right? Like,
okay. I can kind of. I think it's both have smoothness that of Dirk that I'm seeing, but okay, I can see that. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that and then also the similarities of kind of known for being a little soft on the defensive end.
He was compared to like Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett.
Right. Yeah.
But he wasn't any he was just as Chris Webber was marginally a better defender.
Cam said when Boban had 6 and 5 in 5 minutes, I asked myself, should we put in Cornette, this team, as MH? Put it to put in a blender and offer to Boban as protein gel? There's no comparison there.
So smooth.
Boban needs snack. Give me Luke.
He is. How did he not play more?
I don't get it.
I don't know enough about basketball because whenever he's in, it's awesome, and he never plays. And I'm like, I really don't know enough about basketball.
So, John, speaking from a minute ago about you and your hate for Portland and the Blazers, that game just went final. Steph Curry finishes with a career-high 62. Outscores Dame and CJ combined 62-60, and the Warriors beat Portland.
Well, the other outsiders going to have stuff to talk about tonight.
I love it. Oh, I love it, man, because Steph, they don't understand the goon in Steph. People act like just because he's a nice guy, you know what I mean? He's got the wife, plays golf all the time. He's just real cool, real smooth. Oh, no, he's not going to – we can say anything we want to him. That dude's a killer, period. That dude is a killer, man.
Shit about Steph. And then you're like, but he's a top 3-point guard all time. And they're like, oh, yeah, most def.
Yeah. People still decide they need to trash for whatever reason.
And I'm like, but he's probably top 3-point guard of all time. They're like, oh yeah, definitely.
It's not even a question. The greatest shooter ever, that I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know why that's an argument. People still try to argue that a little bit. And I'm like, why is this an argument? It's not an argument.
63? Hell yeah.
It's not an argument when the whole league changes because of you. It's not an argument, dog. You are the best shooter ever. Period. Right. That's it.
When you're a player who My favorite thing about Steph is the compiled highlight reels that people have made and put on YouTube or whatever. They put them on Twitter of him chucking up a shot and turning around and running back the other way before the ball even goes through the hoop.
Yes.
Who does that?
Yeah. And
like when other people do that, like Swaggy P, we make fun of him because he misses. Or J.R. Smith does that, and we make fun of him because he misses. Steph does that, and then sometimes even adds in a little stare at the opponent's bench, and then just jogs back the other way.
And Matt,
it's Chuck jog. And people are like, yeah, he's not that good. Like, fuck off.
It's a compilation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a compilation.
No, it's not like he did that one or two times. Right. He has done that dozens of times.
In playoff games, in games that mattered. Like, he did that. The man pulled up from basically half court for a game-winning shot. And it was no hesitation. And it was like, oh, yeah, that's what you shot you're supposed to take. Of course.
The bang.
Yeah.
Bang. It's only happened three times, right?
I would think so.
Luke said Denzel Valentine does that. He's built different. I'm hoping that that's either a joke from Luke and not Fred under disguise and a pseudonym.
He loves him so much. It's the best.
Let's check in on Denzel's stat line tonight.
Pretty good, though.
Check out.
You did this to yourself.
16 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field. All 4 of his attempts from behind the three-point line. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 6 points. Awesome. Great. My God.
Cam said, who would be the best non-superstar player that would give us a chance to be a
Great
playoff
question.
team?
Zach LaVine. No, but I understand. That's a great question, actually.
Man.
Best non-superstar.
I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of superstar.
Julius Randle, man, something like that. Like, right? Like someone who can just fill it up.
I'm thinking, can you add an all-star to this team? An all-star who you don't consider to be a superstar? Because I think those are two different teams.
An all-star superstar. If you're an all-star or superstar to me, in terms of
really?
You can add anyone.
Because there's East and Western Conference. There's 5 starters and however many reserves. There's technically 24 all-stars every year.
We have 0.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying of that 24, I wouldn't call all of them
I agree,
superstars. But all-star reserves are not superstars. They're all-stars.
But he's asking, who can we get this season?
Right. Realistically, none of them.
That's why I'm thinking of a non-all-star, because realistically we can't get any all-stars. So I think the question is more who's good that is undervalued.
Here's some names coming in. Rubio. Marlon says Mike Conley.
This is so depressing.
Yes. Kyle Lowry. Buddy Hield. Aaron Gordon is the name. Has been named. I don't want Aaron Gordon at all. Honestly, I don't want Aaron Gordon. And I think he's okay, but I don't want Aaron Gordon, dude.
John Collins.
Yeah.
John Collins.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I'll take John.
Well, gentlemen, before we wrap up, looking ahead to the Blazers we have on deck on Tuesday. And, goody for us, a 9:30 Central Time tip-off. Yes, it is. We just saw them lose to the Warriors and get trounced by Steph's 62 points. What are you guys looking for in this game? Maybe a particular matchup? What do you think the Bulls need to do to beat this Portland team that's 3-3 on the year so far?
Oh, what they need to do? I mean, yeah.
The thing that jumps out, obviously, with this Bulls team we've watched for 7 games, when you think of Dame and CJ and you think of the Bulls' perimeter defense, it doesn't seem like it's going to go well.
Yeah, and no players will still be out. I mean, yeah, it's not going to go well. It's not. I don't expect it to go well. And coming off the performance, like you just said, of Steph dropping 62, Dame is going to be angry. And I think he's coming.
He's going to take it on Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Marlon just said Dame is going to be pissed off because he got roasted. Kobe's in trouble.
Yeah, I can see that, Marlon. Like I can see it, man. Because CJ McCullough already went off on us once. Like I remember that game. Like he went insane against the Bulls.
Man.
So now it's Dame's turn. Now it's Dame's turn to come in and do it. Or maybe it's the Melo revenge game because he's mad.
He's a legendary Bull.
Yeah, legendary. Number one. Should have been.
Ugh.
I'm excited.
Well, at least we get a day off before we have to watch that.
The Bulls have more wins than the Mavs.
There you go. Have some look at John Sabine's face right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a man who is happy right now about his team and where it stands.
I will tell you
All
this.
right?
I think it's gonna work out.
Yeah,
right?
A little birdie tells you you're going to be okay, but you're not happy.
It's not as bad as you think. You have more wins than Mavs.
If Luka played tonight, you guys win by 15 or 20.
Yeah, easily.
But you guys,
Easily.
but the Bulls have more wins than the Mavs right now, and that's something we should celebrate.
I'm going to celebrate it.
That's like those people who made all those Aaron Rodgers versus Mitch Trubisky graphics with some shit stats leading up to this game. Like,
You're right.
Let's maybe not hit on Mitch so much.
Right.
Looky here. And then,
Kind
wow!
of gracious.
What we all knew was going to happen happened.
We appreciate your great John, did you reminisce on last year when we
All
met
day.
Luka while you were kind of watching this game?
How it happened the week before COVID killed everything. Just the timing of it. I think it was like a Monday night and Friday. They were like, no more press. It was like that week. It was so lucky.
It was like two. I think you're right. It was two games later.
And I think we got so lucky. And I also think I think there's a curse now. I don't think the Mavs win in Chicago ever again.
Because of your picture?
Because I think I have something to do. No, I don't want to be like it's about me, but yeah. No. I just think it's tough to play. The Mavs have trouble here.
Luke says, "Hi, I'm John Sabine. My franchise has the best talent since LeBron. I continue to torture myself by watching the series. You poor thing. Let me get back to watching Summer League highlights of Jack Cooley and Doug McDermott." Basically
How can I
chill
give
out.
him a tip?
Yeah. Wow. Colin said Trubisky is a pube. Just a pube hair stash with a human body. Yeah. And Chris saying we still don't know what to make of this Sports Sunday. The Bears in the playoffs, the Bulls win. And I don't feel good about any of it.
Ain't that wild? Like nobody feels good. That's so wild, dude. Like
It's Stockholm syndrome. That's what it is.
Man, dude, your team's in the playoffs and the Bulls win. Yeah, Matt feel. What do you say? You feel hollow inside.
The Bears made the playoffs, and the Bulls won tonight.
That's a really good, for real. All right, guys.
All right,
Not bad.
I'm going to put myself in bed. All right, let's do this, gentlemen. We'll see you Tuesday for fourth quarter and a quick post game for Big Dave and John. I'm Matt. Thanks for hanging out, everybody, on this double Sunday.